All right. Hello, y'all. I'm Jet. I use they, them pronouns. I'm here from the newsletter team to continue our Ask a Queer Therapist series, where we ask just one question and have a little bit of a dialogue with a queer therapist who can share their perspectives. And today I'm here with Riott. And Riott, I'd love it if you introduced yourself.
Yeah, hi, I'm Riott. I use they, them pronouns. I am a SQSH co-founder who's more recently taken kind of a back seat. I'm on the secretary of the board for SQSH and work as a therapist at an eating disorder treatment center here in St. Louis.
Awesome. Thank you so much for being here, Riott. So our one question today that we can use as a jumping off point is, what is one goal that you have for your own mental health, and how does it relate to the identities that you hold?
Such a huge question, and I'm not sure where to start. I think what's like front of mind for me, especially just this week, is like finding or holding a lot of judgment towards myself for things that I am like not doing in my own process, that I'm asking clients to do or guiding clients in, especially as it relates to like identity exploration, embodiment, inner child work, etc. So,
wow. For folks who may not know, what does embodiment mean?
Embodiment, I don't know if I have like a super like dictionary definition. For me, like as a genderqueer person, I'm really just thinking about like, what's my experience of being in my body? How do I experience my body? When am I like disconnecting from my body? And I guess embodiment would be like being intentional about being in my body.
Yeah.
And moving to a place of like not holding judgment for that, or disgust or dysphoria, whatever it might be, which doesn't mean like being totally in a place of like self-love and self-acceptance, but maybe body neutrality.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
I know I'm rambling a little bit, but connection is really like the key word here for me, like connection to self, others, and the world, with my body being a big part of that.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense to me. It seems like that's a difficult, like, tightrope walk to be like, working towards body neutrality, but then also embodiment. Like, how do those things fit together, do you think?
Yeah, I think like part of the process of working towards body neutrality and acceptance of self is embodiment. Like I'm only going to come to that place by practicing connection to myself. And my cat is once again making a lot of noise down here. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. What are some maybe like day-to-day steps? Like, what does that process look like for folks, do you think?
And see, this is where I'm holding the judgment, because I'm like, if I'm in session with a client, like we can talk through this, come up with a game plan. I feel like I'm pretty good at guiding a client through that based on where they're at and what they want to do. And then I like come home and sit with myself and I'm like, I'm not doing that. What are my steps? Yeah, I think, I'm not sure where to start with answering that question. Can you repeat the question? Actually, it was like steps I can take to.
Yeah, it's just kind of like with working on like sitting with one's body and feeling connected to one's body. Like that sounds like a really amazing, like kind of abstract goal. And I'm wondering what are some of the concrete steps to working on that?
Yeah, I think for me, a lot of the first steps come with like acknowledging and sitting with and trying to shift that judgment that I hold for doing the work or not doing the work. You know, if I come home and I'm like, I had this amazing session with a client and we like got to this amazing place and I'm not doing that work, a lot of judgment comes in that can be really like paralyzing and make me not know where to start. After sitting with and dialoguing with judgment a little bit, I think I really appreciate and benefit from like a titrated and scaffolded approach. And I can explain what I mean by that, which really is like, I know for me, if I'm doing like my own work on my own, sitting with or working with like certain parts of my body, self, or identity are going to be more activating than others. So maybe just starting with a place of like, where are my feet right now? Like, how connected are they to the ground? Like, thinking about and working with like my feet is not like super triggering from like a gender and identity perspective. So can I use that as like my solid base and foundation, literally and figuratively, to start doing like deeper work, if that makes sense.
It totally makes sense. Yeah, I love that. And I think, I don't know, I feel like it's really humanizing to hear about the ways that like being a therapist and also working on your own mental health, you know, overlap. Yeah. All right. Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Riott.
Thank you.